So let's look at the situation we were talking about.
All right.
So, I mean, what are we dealing with? These guys have a very specific situation. They have to be to work at the staging site by 8:45 each day, right?
That's right. Those are the new TEP rules during the Corona time. They have
Okay.
to be there 8:45 for check-in. They
All
have to
right.
get there on their own.
So the question becomes, how are they going to get there?
Right. And
So we have to make sure that they come up with a plan that's workable, a plan that meets whatever their particular values are, a plan that respects themselves,
Right.
a plan that looks at the relationship that they have with Roca and with themselves that they can follow through on. How do we help them do that?
we'll help them come up with what some of those options are on getting to work.
All right, so what can we look at in terms of options? What do we have? We can take an Uber.
Yep, you can take an Uber.
Okay, what else?
You can take the bus.
You could take the
But
bus.
if you take the bus, you got to make sure you have your mask on because it's the law. Can't get on public transportation.
Okay, so but before we look at the pros and cons, let's
Okay.
figure out what the things
Okay.
are that we're gonna look at.
All right.
Take an Uber, take the bus. What else?
Get a reliable ride from a friend.
A reliable ride from a friend. Anything else? Walk.
Walk.
Okay. All right. So let's take these four things.
Or
Let's
bike. You could bike.
Or bike. All right. Let's say okay. So we take these things. Let's look at the pros and cons. If we take an Uber, what are the pros of that?
You're gonna probably get there on time.
You get there on time. All right. It's reliable,
It's reliable.
and
Still gotta have a mask on.
okay. That be a pro or a con?
Depends if they don't have a mask.
If
it's
they
a
don't
con.
have, okay, all right. So it's reliable. It's dependable. You'll get there on time, and you can pretty much wait till the last minute to do it.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You gotta time yourself, but yeah.
All right. Okay. If you took let's look at the negatives about that. You got to spend money.
Right.
You have to have an Uber account or know someone with one,
That's right.
and you
Gotta have a working phone because
and you have to have a working phone. Okay, go. All right. The next thing we talked about, we said taking the bus. So taking the bus, pros. We'll give you bus tokens, so it won't cost you anything.
Mhm.
The bus is fairly reliable.
Right. You may have to leave a little bit earlier.
Okay, all right,
I don't know if that's a pro or con.
okay. But and you know bus routes.
Right.
Okay. Cons about that: public's around you.
Right.
But if you have on a mask, it shouldn't be an issue.
Reliability.
The bus may sometimes be shaky, so you would have to leave earlier than you would expect.
Right.
Okay. Getting a ride from a friend.
Not very reliable because what if they don't come?
Okay. So pros would be you riding with somebody you know.
Right. It's free.
It's free, or it may not be. Okay. And cons would be like you said. It may
What if
not
they
be
don't show up?
reliable.
Right.
It's just shaky.
It's shaky.
Okay. All
And
right.
right now, if you don't show up one day for the work group, you're off. You're at the bottom of the list. It's no
Okay.
rehire like it was before.
Okay. Let's look at taking a walk.
Taking a walk.
You can walk if you're close enough.
Yeah.
It's good exercise.
Excellent.
You're going to
exercise.
be out there anyway, so you
Sure.
might as well get used to it.
That's right.
Cons are you might have to get up extra early.
All right. Might be walking in bad weather.
You might be in bad weather, and you got to go through neighborhoods you might not be that confident or comfortable walking through.
And again, still got to have on your protection.
You still got to have on your protection.
That's right.
Always. That's a given.
Out in public, got to have on that protection.
Okay. Riding a bike, same as the
thing.
last one.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay, so if we look at these and we try to break it down, what is going to get us, what are we going to say are the things that are going to get us closest to what we need to do? What are the things that are going to work for us in the best way? If if we look at eliminating, what are the things that are going to get us closest to our values? What are the things that work best in our relationship to ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that move us along here? So,
Right.
so far, if our value is saving money and making money, then the Uber thing is kind of ridiculous.
Right. Uber's out.
You know, if it is making sure that we're there daily, then the getting the ride might be a little shaky.
Might be a little shaky unless the person is just very
unless
dependable and
they're
going to work themselves.
Exactly.
You know, drop me off on the way.
Exactly. If we depend on public transportation, you know, we just have the issue of making sure that we time ourselves with the public transportation.
That's right.
So that one's looking pretty good.
That's right.
If
And
we
even-
walk or bike,
Mm-hmm.
that means the onus is on us.
It's on you. It's on you. And I was just saying, even with public transportation, if you have access to that phone, you can see when the bus is coming. You can see if it's going to be delayed. You know, and making sure that you communicating back with, crew supervisor. You know, somebody at the office to let them know, hey, I'm on the bus. I'm late. The bus is coming, but this is the situation. So there's some accountability on their part.
Okay.
But while they're taking, public
So what what action plan can we come up that's actionable
Mhm.
and that's measurable? Okay, and there's a third thing. You remember what that third thing is?
Actual, measurable, I forgot. Accountable, no. Time frame, measurable? No, we said measurable.
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 Let me see. Actionable, measurable, and it must also be, within a time frame.
In the time frame. That's what
Okay.
I said, Derek.
You said that. So if we meet all of these criteria, what action plan can we come up with that would meet that? So actionable. We get our butts up and we get there. Okay? We take the bus tokens and we do it. We get get up, set an alarm, get up and take the walk or do the bike ride. You know? So those three work in terms of actionable. Measurable. We show up to work on time.
Or early. Right.
Or early.
Right. Every day. Right.
Every day.
Yeah, because if you don't, you're out.
And timeline. Timeline is real
It's
simple.
immediate.
Right now,
right
today.
now, today.
How will we know it's happening? Because we showed up to
for
work. Real simple.
That's
Just
it.
like that. So, if you want to work on something like this, if you want to develop a plan, if you want to solve it,
That's right.
then you can work this way.
That's right.
Miss Andrea and I are here to help you develop it or give you ideas how to develop your own.
To make sure it's actionable, measurable, and within a time frame.
Thanks a lot.
All right. See y'all. Peace out.